everyone, my name is Jack Walterman. I'm the creator of Sophie the Holiday series, and today I'm
Colleen, and I portrayed Sophie.
And I'm Emily, and I was an extra.
Today we're going to be watching St. Patrick's Party, which is the 6th episode in Sophie the Holiday series. So we're just going to get to it.
This is a fun one.
This is the longest one.
It's ridiculous.
Chaotic.
It's so out there.
It's pretty out there.
Here we go.
Book.
Yeah, the book from the last episode. That is a major paper cut. I know.
Oh, let me read this gibberish.
Unlocking and untangling.
Hey, Lucy.
Hi. So, Archie is throwing a party,
And?
and Mike wants to go there instead of bar hopping.
So this is like kind of how I convinced Kason to do the role.
Same story.
Mike can hang out with Archie or something.
We love it. It's another oneer.
And we'll start.
Having no one reading lines or saying lines, and I'm just trying to talk to myself in the right tandem.
Yeah, the right amount
Having
of
a
space.
silent conversation, hoping there's enough room for what she has to say.
Sarah
Yep.
recorded her lines after the scene was filmed. She just did them on her own at her apartment using the recording app on her phone. She just
Classy.
spoke into it. So this was a 2-day shoot, and day one was just Colleen and I at your town home. Did you say the line in your head? You were just like, one,
I was just vibing.
2, 3.
It's like, that feels about right. I was trying to focus more on my pacing because we kept having to redo it because I kept walking too fast, and you were like, girl, stop.
Each episode has a take that lasts a little longer than the others. And this one was fun because it was just you by yourself. So it's like, how do you make a phone call interesting?
Yeah. In a weird book, I cut my thumb, I pick up a stuffed animal, I only turn off one of the lamps in my room when I leave. Like, what is her problem?
Do the random things when you're on the phone. Like, that's what this scene
Oh,
gives me, is
100%.
very much like you're kind of half in the convo.
She's
meandering.
very much not interested.
Sophie and Archie broke up before Valentine's, so they still haven't gotten back together.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of bad blood right now. And your friend's trying to convince you to go to the party of your ex. So it's like, girl, I don't know about that.
Let's let loose together.
Guess it's better than going to the bars.
Yeah, way cheaper than the bars. Perfect. We'll swing by it too. Bye.
Sarah with her hi and bye.
I love that the let's stay home is like very much like your mood right. Oh!
Cue the insert.
Let's get the insert. We love subliminal messaging in film. We love the copyright music. Oh!
That phone call was totally like I'm on the way already, and I'm
Yep.
expecting you to say yes, and I'm here now, 2 minutes
100%.
after we hung up.
That's very much what it is. And what I like about this is there's a lot of time between Valentine's and St. Patrick's, so there's a lot of story that we got to catch the people up. It's like she's been practicing, and we got to establish that right away. So it's not her first time with the book. She's making progress, so she's proud of herself. Oh yes.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Progress. We love that.
Oh yes, the party scene.
The amount of balloons just right there in the corner is just fantastic.
It was so perfect because I ran out of dollar store decorations, and Jacob, who is one of our ensemble members, was like, well, I have a bunch of balloons for
His work, yeah.
from
yeah, it was his
work.
work.
And he went and got them, and he brought them down.
Hell yeah. There's some decor.
So much.
Oh my god.
What did you drive with this?
Oh my god.
Damn, dude! Balloons.
Whoa. Holy.
Yeah.
Wow.
What car do you drive?
Oh my god.
As he just takes out Sarah.
But it was perfect because that whole corner we didn't have any decorations, so suddenly we had this massive balloon pile.
Well,
That
and when you
filled
said he was gonna bring a bunch of balloons, I was like, okay, they're gonna like scatter them about the room. And then Jack was like, they're gonna go right here, and it's just this tree of balloons. I'm like, you're not even gonna take them apart.
Is it Christmas or St. Patty's
No.
Day?
I like the club.
It's just a mass of balloons.
It just
So
completely filled
funny.
his car. It was so great.
Oh yeah, trying to get in and out of the car. Oh, so great. And then we got Lucy with her stabbed arm, so she's in the sling, trying to piece all these stories together. Keeping the details in line now that we're doing a show and not just a one-line story.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, the awkwardness of, I want to go over there.
Lucy, I heard you guys got attacked.
Oh my gosh, so our friend from grade school, like over 20 years of friendship. So Kaysen's usually more photography, videography, very much behind the
Behind camera.
scenes.
Very much behind the scenes. Somebody that was supposed to play Kaysen's part, that morning they sent a text, I'm not going to be there. And I was like, well, okay, let's see. We have enough coming to this party. We had Emily, we had Selena, we had Jacob, we had
New people that weren't already like established
Yeah.
Yes.
as a different character.
And I was supposed to be convinced to
Yeah.
play this role, but
you were a quick no.
as
Nah.
other film footage suggests, I am not a good actor.
We've been making projects since elementary school, middle
Yeah.
school. Kaysen even acted in a couple. So after doing those, you're like, I know I'm not good at acting.
I'm done.
It took forever to film one scene that I was in. That should have taken like 5 minutes, but yeah, we determined that I'm more of a helper to Jack than anything. But so then we all sat there and we're like, oh man, who can we get to do this?
On such short notice.
and
Yeah, on a Sunday morning.
Everybody else in the room didn't want to either. So we were trying to think, who can we get? And we're like, Kaysen. Called Kaysen, and I said, hey, can you come help on Jack's film? Kaysen, when he thinks help on Jack's film, is more so, oh yeah, I'm gonna run a camera, or I'm gonna do audio, or do something. So Kaysen showed up, and we're all anxious. We gotta convince him. He's gonna walk out and just walk away. What do we say to him? And so I kind of eased up on it, and I asked him if he could be a part of it, and we just kind of handed him the lines and said, here you go, you're in the film. And he didn't really have a choice, and he just did it, and now you all get to see it. So
He went all in.
yeah,
did.
he
was committed.
Well, and then he wore those little booty things the whole rest of the day when we hung out afterwards.
It was like
so.
the elf shoes
Yeah.
with like the little bells, and he would ring them.
Shout out to Kaysen.
No
man,
kidding.
he
Yes.
killed it. He is not an actor by any means, but he gave it his all, and we're impressed.
Went for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went for it, and it's awesome.
And from a director's standpoint, it was so fun to be able to block a lot of people. Like, there's so many layers.
It was our biggest cast size we've worked with on the Sophies so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Biggest cast
And
size.
a little more space too, which was really nice.
Yes, because we filmed
Here.
This
Right-
is the
right
location that we filmed at.
On set.
We are on set. We are on the set of St. Patrick's Party. I remember I came over to your place. We filmed the phone call. I came back home and started setting up for the party because I knew it would be. We only had one day. It was Sunday to film from noon to 6 was the time period. Started setting up like the streamers in the background. And Selena, who's a friend from St. Mary's from undergrad, she was a studio art major. So I was like, hey, I know that you got management experience from Starbucks and you're also an artist. Can you take care of this back wall and like get all these non-art people to like help you decorate? And so she took care of it while we were filming upstairs, the living room where you're working on the box, and then the bathroom scene.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
we,
yeah, the bathroom.
so we
yeah.
filmed that while they
Forgot
were
about that.
finishing up downstairs. There's a lot of moving pieces in this one. Good teamwork.
Valentine's Day, are you alright? We're alright.
Not our first rodeo.
I'm glad you're okay. Let's get some drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Emily.
I'm going.
It depends how late this
Oh,
goes.
the water and
Well,
the
this is my party game, so...
Thank you.
Ladies, I just got back from Ireland. A complete dream.
Oh, I've never been.
I remember Kaysen being like,
How should I say this?
how should I say this? How like close are we? Is it like Now, ladies, is it like ladies?
Ladies!
It was very much ladies.
It's like, how like close are we?
The part was written for was a woman.
Yeah.
I was a case of
Well,
somebody
I-
changed
Yeah,
the
she like
lines.
changed it and he was like, no, I'm ready to ride. Like, let's
Yeah.
go.
I loved it. I was like, all right,
It was
keep
so
it
funny.
zesty.
Yeah. I was so impressed that we gave him that
He
script.
just went with it.
went with it, and he memorized lines pretty quick.
Mhm.
This scene took a little longer, though. I remember, how do I say this, or how should I
Mhm.
Yeah.
kind of word this?
Working
it was
with
funny.
non-actors just like help them feel comfortable
Yeah.
and confident. That brings out a whole different skill. But
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, that scarf.
the scarf
That
is so
scarf is
funny.
just killing me every time I look at it. I just love it.
The jeweler told me it's a precious ring, but I don't know. I couldn't get the box open. It didn't cost much, so whatever.
You accepted a box from a stranger without knowing exactly what was in it?
Girl, like you can talk.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah, Thanksgiving
Come
party.
on.
Yeah. There was like 4 of us in this bathroom.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something in here for us.
Because I think at this point I was helping with the audio.
Yes, I had you record with the.
Maybe this one.
I was definitely sitting on the toilet.
I lit that book on fire for a long time. It took a. That was not easy. There's so many charred pages that kept falling out.
Occupied.
Oh, the old couches.
Sit here and do not move while I place the book.
You did a great job.
So we can continue the take.
I loved using the glass table. That was.
Yeah, that was a
love
cool
that.
shot.
Oh, my Claudia.
That's a beautiful insert. Didn't you get that in Galway?
Yes.
Okay.
It's an authentic Claudia from Galway, Ireland.
Oh, love it.
Makes it even better for the St. Patrick's Day story.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because I think you were like, oh, we need some sort of rain or whatever, and then you're like, oh, I want to do some like something Irish, and I was like, dude, I have a Claudia. And it's like, okay.
I was like, I was with you in the shop when you got it. Sorry, it's been 10 years since we were there, so
It's
it's
so crazy. 10 years already.
10 years.
Jeez.
The frustration of being in a party with somebody you don't want to be
Oh
around.
my god, how'd you
The
get it
balloons!
open? It's so beautiful.
The possession is just
No.
Oh, I love this shot. This is in my directing room. I love that.
That was a
Like, what do we do?
Nobody knows what Cole's graded.
Patrick.
My gold?
Hey, let's calm down.
Do you have my gold?
Depends who's asking.
Depends who's asking.
Oh!
Oh no!
Are you okay?
I remember when you were doing that upstairs and you're like, oh my gosh. You came down there, you're like, this looks fantastic. And we all looked at it, we're like, because it looked
It's
so,
so
good.
good.
It was so
And
good.
it was Q-tips, dog bones,
Ugh.
And some yarn, like red yarn.
and some yarn,
fake
and then
blood.
fake blood.
And then a layer of the
Like,
latex.
Yeah, tiny
strips.
bit of
Ugh.
latex.
I love, and I think we slapped that together in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was real quick.
It was real quick, but it looked real good.
Yeah.
You got
That
a lot of
also
it.
isn't my
So
reel.
Nicole just had to walk around. He's like, I just can't move
Yeah,
it.
he's like,
And
what do I
then-
do?
Yep.
He was like, could you grab me that? And I'm like, what are you pointing at? That. And I was like, use your other hand. And he goes, oh yeah, that. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll get you that.
Cole is a hoot. And Jacob, thank you for the balloons. And thank you for running.
Bye.
We hauled it up those stairs, the 3 of us.
did.
Yes,
Yep.
you did. And we did it a couple of times.
We did it like 4 or
'Cause we
5
needed the
times
different
because you
angle.
wanted like
Yeah.
the perfect. And then somebody slipped one time, I think.
Oh,
and then
Selena.
we were talking about rolling down the stairs because one of our friends did that before.
Mhm.
It was just it was a heck of a time. We got our workout in. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty great.
Oh, witch!
Leave them alone.
You must have the gold. I want me gold.
Oh, bad.
Hey, payback, Ben.
And
You always
trying to
headbutt
do,
everybody else.
Contact fighting with zero fight assistants.
Yes.
It's so many stunts. That was a challenge. So it's like we're working with, most of them are untrained actors, and then also like making sure that they are safely doing these stunts. I had to set down the camera and safely be like, Ben, this is how you fall without hurting yourself. There was a lot of education going on while we're also hustling
to film because we were on a time crunch.
Looking back on this, I'm thinking about all of the elements that were going on. This should have taken like 2 days by itself.
It easily could have too. We just had to pick and choose what to spend our time on.
Yeah.
But I also think it helps that we've all like been a part of your films before in some way or another, so we all kind of knew what to expect, what to do, what to work with each other, even if we haven't had the training, you know. And so it was like a lot of us were more of the tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Yeah.
And that's what happened, and that's why things went along so well and so quickly.
Thank you for just moving along with us so nicely.
Well, and then everybody helped in different ways too. The extras that were in here, we did other things. We helped with audio stuff, camera stuff, making sure they were good for these scenes.
It's so funny.
Oh, Disney.
It's like, shut him!
Enough!
The case and laugh is perfect.
What the hell is going on?
Oh my gosh, that poor ad lib.
Okay, yeah, because we didn't get the audio on set. Obviously, it sounds very different. So how'd that go?
I just remember you calling me and you were like, so we messed up. And I was like, what? He's like, we didn't get this ad lib of Aaron's line in the basement. I'm like, okay, so can you record it? I'm like, okay. So we took our little mic that we used, and you had sent me the clip, and we're like, try and match this up. And so we did a bunch. Both of us are like such perfectionists that we were like, we need this to be, of course you can't get it perfect.
Yeah.
So I think
ADR's
we
rough.
did probably 30 some takes of that one line.
What the hell is going on?
And we were just like, screw this is as good as it's gonna get, and sent you like 3 or 4, and we're like, here you go.
Good thing it was only like a 2-second thing, not
Right.
like a minute long.
Yeah.
We forgot to get the audio.
Yeah.
We were moving very fast. But that just shows you when you're recording in a different space or it's not a controlled booth for ADR, it's gonna sound like you're in a different room because you were.
Yeah. Also, can we just appreciate Kaysen's laugh? Because it
Iconic.
was so perfect, and his voice is just like completely gone after shooting this because he put so much into that laugh.
Yeah, because you were like, we need you to do like a cackle.
Yeah.
And then he just like cranked that out of nowhere, and we were all like, oh, that was
Okay, then we're
unexpected.
going with that.
Let's do that. Yeah, it worked out really well.
So
And then
good.
seeing like the audio mixing you did over it worked out.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's get the demonic part in there. It's like, because it's like he's got so much fun with the high registers, and I was like, if we add, so then it just gets like,
that, and then
ugh.
combined with like the 1.5 speed.
Yeah, this
It's so ridiculous.
so
setup.
funny.
This is campy. This is extra kooky.
Yeah. I could play this part back like 10 times and think it's funnier.
Yeah.
It gets funnier and funnier every time.
The jump scare just kind of got me.
Where's the ring box? I think I need to take the ring and reseal it inside.
There! Mine!
Ooh.
Smack.
I only know 3 spells. It's nothing to use.
Oh. I forgot he ripped out his heart.
Yeah.
You wrote it.
It's been like 3 or 4 years. You know. Oh my gosh.
He just throws it down.
And the splat sound.
Archie.
He looks back.
Because he didn't want to fall back.
The shoes! There's the shoes, yes!
Like we already
Yeah.
died, and then he's like.
They couldn't not be in the shot.
Help me, please. Magic doesn't work like that, Lucy. I'm sorry.
remember Sarah also crying, and she's like, okay, can we be done? Because it was just like so much.
I think this part was more challenging than Valentine's for her.
Yeah.
But, like, this was asking a lot.
Yeah.
So good for her.
I remember there being a lot of movement, but watching it back, I'm like, we did a lot in that one day.
Yeah, I felt like it went so smooth though.
It did. The things that
Everything
took the
else was very
longest was
smooth.
just getting Kaysen comfortable, which was fine. It was literally thrown on him.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Cole's murder.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was the
That
biggest
was
thing
tough.
with like the hand and stuff, and then figuring
Yeah.
out, because you were like, do we want to do the neck? Do we not? He'd been in enough now. He's established, so like it'll be
kind of a heartbreak a little bit.
enough of an
Yeah.
emotional pull.
Yeah.
Like it was his time, I guess. But then figuring that out, and then just how do you film without having a fight coordinator on set?
Yeah.
How do you film a neck break
Mm-hmm.
on camera?
Doing it safely.
With two actors, one of them not being at all trained
Yeah.
Yeah.
to do it safely.
How do we safely get him to fall?
Because Cole's pretty tall.
Yeah, he's a big.
He's about
he's-
6
yeah, he's
something.
a tall guy.
And we had the balloons in the corner. We had the wall that we had to deal with. Like there was not much space by.
Well, and you're not just getting knocked out, you're dead weight.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so that's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
different from just like
Yeah.
falling because you got hit. It's like you are dead weight.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then how do we do the heart moment where it's impactful enough, but we can't have buckets of blood everywhere because
Yeah.
carpet.
Yes.
And then
Mm-hmm.
coordinating around the pole.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, we just did
Yeah.
a lot of shots like with that scene.
The core is the relationship between Sophie and Jason's character. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, we need that coverage, but then it's like, well, now he's interacting with the boys, and then you got to get they're over
Yeah.
there. So you're like changing who he's speaking to, and changing those relationships constantly, and that was a lot. But now watching back on it, there's so much sound design
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that like helps with the neck break, that helps with the arm snap, that helped with the tearing out the heart. Oh, there's so many things that weren't necessarily being shown that we're hearing.
Yeah.
Because it just had to be chaotic. Because that was the whole essence of just you
Yeah.
can't keep up with him,
Mhm.
and therein lies the problem.
Yeah. Well, it went 0 to 100. It was like, bam.
Well, and it's not
It was
even like, oh,
crazy.
there's like something weird going on.
Yeah.
It goes from accepting that thing of like, there's something weird like going on with him to like
Yeah.
possession.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it was a very quick transition
Yeah.
to like accepting the world that we just threw the audience into. Turn this dude into a possessed leprechaun? Like, who does that? And then now we're just killing people. And we're like, wait a minute. I'm still processing the leprechaun part.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're not meant to be able to sit in it.
Mhm.
No. And
Yeah.
you just write with the
Like,
oh no, and
you
then use
should
it.
feel uneasy and being like, this is a lot. This one had 0 processing time,
Yeah.
which I think is fun because it is different. It's like, how do we keep doing what we've been doing
Mm-hmm.
differently?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was
Yeah.
the best way to take this one, especially with where we go back to with the Easter party. It takes
Yeah.
another new angle, but just to kind of switch that up of there's this entity, we're so used to giving that to the audience, and then they're like, oh, this is what this is. But this time it's like, we're giving this to you, but you're not gonna know what it is. So good luck.
And it's in the form of Kaysen.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Watching it back, it actually feels the most in your shoes because everybody's getting hit with it at the same amount of time.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, what's going on? And the audience feels the exact same
No one
way.
has an
Yeah.
advantage in it. Yeah, and everyone that comes to stop him like gets knocked down, gets
Mhm.
killed. Like it's
Yeah.
no one has a chance to process what's going on.
Yeah.
Where Halloween party, it's like, oh, we see that he's behind you.
Yeah, someone has extra information, but this one is just like, what?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just booked it up the stairs and we were like, deuces, you guys can fend for yourselves.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, not sorry. I was the last one up the stairs.
The racing up the stairs, like it just adds to it. I'm like, we just gotta keep it a
It
fight.
just felt hectic, but in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before high school was all like spoof, you know, just
Mhm.
like funny. Like we were just
Like,
trying to be
literally
funny.
just friends hanging out.
Yeah,
not trying to make
friends
anything
hanging
serious.
out doing something that we're gonna look at in 20 years, which we look at now, and we're like, why
Blackmail.
did we do this? Yeah,
Literally.
like we are never gonna show anybody this, and then we end up bringing people over and show them.
And then
because
Jack
it's so
gets
stupid
into
and
college
funny.
and invites all of his new friends over to watch everything he made with his friends in high school.
Yes. Our other ones were just like kooky, you know, kind of make you laugh. More so than this. Like, this has a storyline you can truly follow. But
Yeah.
the other one was just like, they're so random.
Right.
And we would just throw things we thought were funny in. And then we got to more of like the horror stuff. The stories that Jack makes are just so great. It's like hard not to be a part of them. Like, you want to in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not acting. But it's just fun to see and create because it brings out like a different side of me even that I love movies. That's been something that we've always connected on.
Mm-hmm.
And then to know that you have such a passion for it and interest.
And can create
Yeah.
things that are new.
Yeah, it's so cool. But you can't compare this to what we've done. Like, you can't. This is so great. And yes, it's quirky and it's kooky and all that, but that's just like who you are too.
Yeah.
That comes out in it. And it's fun to do something that is like that and not always the horror and the dark because you are so good at that stuff. But to see this other side is always fun too.
We have those like 3 elements
Mm-hmm.
of Sophie's, and we've talked about it before how like each one kind of grabs onto one of them more so than the other.
Yeah.
Like some will be more horror based, some will
Yeah.
be more comedy based. This one was more kooky based. Like
Yeah.
it takes one of those elements as like a primary focus, and so that's been really fun to play with episode to episode. It's not even necessarily going into it saying, oh, this one is going to be more horror.
Yeah.
But as we start working on it, or as soon as like we read it, we're like, oh, this is standing out.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see those through lines, but then to kind of see when each of those like genres get to kind of shine in each episode.
And we'll take $1,000 if anybody wants to see those old films, you know.
I'll take $1 million or
Her.
two.
Yeah.
You want to fund our first feature?
Yeah, there we go. Fund the first feature, and you get to see the old elementary school, middle school films.
Other filmmakers know exactly what you made.
Oh, 1,000%.
yes.
Because we all have them
Yes.
somewhere in our parents' basement.
It's just so great. Those memories are fantastic because we can always go back and look at them and we laugh. I mean, yes, it's incredibly embarrassing, but it's more funny than anything and super cool that because of your love for film, you can bring people like Colleen and I together to
Yeah.
become friends
Yeah.
and build those memories based on something that you love, and now you're making all of us love it so much, you know? I think it's such a cool thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When people ask me, why do you like film or
Yeah.
what is it about? And I'm like, I love that, one, each story can be about anything or go anywhere, be about anyone.
Yeah.
So I never feel stagnant. You're always learning.
It's always different.
It's always new. And the other thing is bringing people together, whether it's
Yeah.
work, friends and family, bringing an audience of people to view a story that I love. All of that community building and storytelling is what I love about it.
Yeah.
So I just love to bring
It's
all these
sharing.
people.
It's being the middleman of sharing like the most relatable human experience, because something people can all relate to is emotion. Film and television is one of the easiest ways to do that
Yeah.
with people.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
Yeah, it's a super cool
I
thing.
didn't realize we were gonna get so sentimental.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
I'm
'cause
sorry.
Even like in this episode, I love that there's like
Old friends,
grief,
new friends.
old friends, new
Yeah.
friends. There's moments of joy. There's moments of tension. There's all these very relatable things. You've been to a space where you're like, I don't want to go to that party because somebody is there. It's
Yeah.
very universal.
Mhm.
People have been separated, and there's been tension. There's old friends coming together to share adventure stories. There's a moment of storytelling with Case, and I went to Ireland, I got this ring. There's so many things that people can relate to, no matter how goofy it can get.
Looking at it objectively.
Yes.
I could watch those Kaysen scenes on repeat just for a good laugh when I'm feeling down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's so fantastic.
All right, everybody. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time for Easter Party. Bye.